Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is L, and I know it's been a while, but I'm actually going to be bringing you a Call of Duty Ghost Pro Tips video on routing. Now, routing really depends on your gameplay style. For me, I feel like my gameplay style is not like super high pro because I can't, manage all the vantage points that are presented in a Infinity Ward game. If you haven't noticed, a lot of the Infinity Ward games have these open middle areas where there's not a lot of cover, and a lot of the outside holds vantage points that can overlook the inside of the inner areas of the map and pick off people easily. So one of the things you want to do as not a super pro player that can manage all of those vantage points and still manage to get a lot of kills, what you want to do is you want to run the outside route, because first of all, when you hug the outsides of the route or the outsides of the map, you're going to actually be able to cover more of the vantage points that you can get killed from, because when you're hugging the edge of the map, in general, there's going to be half of you that's going to be exposed to gunfire, and even then, on the outer edges of the map, like where I am right now, there's actually a lot more cover than there are in the middle of the map. Like where I'm aiming right now, notice how I'm picking them off because there's pretty much like no cover. There's that one plank of wood, and then in general, in that middle side of the map, there's like stumps. But other than that, there's not really a lot of cover. And what I've said previously in a lot of videos, and what I really want to emphasize, is that when you are playing as not like a super pro player, because I know there probably will be some super pro players that will be like, oh, I just run through the middle of the map and just shoot people. But for the majority of us who aren't like super pro MLG, you want to be able to cover your sides, get into gunfights where you have the advantage, so that it gives you a higher chance of winning. So what you want to do is you want to give yourself cover, and you want to get the jump on people. So running the outside of the map in an Infinity Ward game, now this doesn't really apply for Treyarch because Treyarch has a ton of cover like everywhere, but when you're playing an Infinity Ward COD game, you want to run on the outside of the map because there's cover, plus you run the chance of running into people that are not expecting it because they'll have their backs to the outside of the map, because most people focus on the inside of the map because there generally is a ton of people running through the inside of the map because they don't know what they're doing, or they don't care that that they are going to get killed a lot because they just want a lot of kills. And that is, I think, the balancing skill factor in the Infinity Ward COD games, because you need to know, first of all, where the vantage points are. You need to be able to manage all those vantage points. You need to be able to know where the traffic flow is, be able to pick off people without exposing too much of yourself, and you want to be able to know how to play certain gunfights, how to give yourself the advantage, and how to win gunfights overall. Also, it's helpful for class combos, but in general, I feel like as the games progress, it's gotten better at balancing weapons and classes and making it so that not everyone's going to be running like stopping power, sleight of hand, and commando. So I feel like that is a really important factor in the COD games, the balancing factor, because it really just makes it so that it's more varied and it relies more on skill. Especially in this game, where I've seen a lot of people complaining about, is that they complain about the fact that Amplify and Dead Silence really put an emphasis on being able to use headsets. Now, the thing is, that's also a skill thing, is they're making it so that this game is more competitive and isn't as casual as Black Ops 2 is. So that's why I'm making these videos, especially this video where routing is going to be really key in this game, because this game's kind of been out for a while, so a lot of people know how to play the map and know where the vantage points are, know where to pick off people, where a lot of the traffic is going to be flowing. So if you run the outsides of the map, a lot of people don't know how to counter against that. They don't know how to stop, they don't know how to cover themselves from the outside of the map while also getting a lot of kills, or rushing the inside of the map or covering the inside of the map. So routing yourself on the outside of the map is very helpful. Another thing, especially if you can tell from this gameplay especially, is when you run the outside of the map, you're going to actually need to be able to not analyze, well actually yeah, analyze the traffic flow. And what you're going to need to do is look at your minimap and look where the blue arrows are, or like the green arrows. I don't know what it is for the colorblind assist, but what you want to do is you want to look at where the friendlies are and where there's open space. And in general, the enemies are going to be spawning in the open space. So what you want to do is you want to take the outside route. I know it's actually probably longer than running the inside route, but it gives you a higher probability of living and getting into gunfights that you have the advantage in. So notice that like right here on the mini map, I'm actually like all by myself in this open space, and that's a good thing for the way I want to play. I want to get a lot of kills, a minimal amount of deaths, and I want to get the jump on people. Like notice there, that guy wasn't even looking at me because, you know, most people don't check this area I'm in right now. And yes, some people may consider this camping. It's not really camping. I am moving in between spots. I am pushing very slowly towards their spawn, but I'm also being aware of what's behind me, what's around me, where my teammates are, and where the enemies probably are spawning. And notice, that is my second 10 kill streak of this game. And that's actually really good. I know that's not a really high kill streak compared to some of the people that are like really good at this game, but I've actually been off the gaming scene a little bit lately, or a lot lately, if you haven't noticed by my lack of content on my YouTube channel. But in general, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not a super pro player. I don't spend a lot of time on this game, or like I don't spend a ton of time on this game, and what I'm trying to emphasize is that these videos are for like normal people who want to do well, and that's why I'm suggesting the outer route, because the outer route really you know, offers the less skilled players to be able to manage, you know, a decent amount of of vantage points, manage the exposed areas of themselves, still manage the gunfights so that you can, you know, be in the advantage and get the kills, and still be able to get enough kills to where you're satisfied, and a low amount of deaths so that way you're satisfied as well. It's also helpful because, you know, running on the outsides of the map is strategic, and it actually helps you, you know, become a more skilled player, because as you know, gain the experience to be able to manage more and more vantage points, you can go farther and farther towards the middle of the map. I still wouldn't recommend running, you know, totally in the middle of the map, but that's just, you know, that's just my 2 cents. Anyway, guys, this gameplay is wrapping up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Final score was 31-3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, share. Have a nice day, and God bless.